Good morning, welcome all of you. Today, Tuesday, fourth week of Lent. We have fifth chapter of John. There will be some passage of, first part today, tomorrow, supposed to be continuation, explanation. Here in Ireland, tomorrow we have St. Patrick's Day, so maybe today we will have two videos, one about the first part and one about the reading for tomorrow. So let us first listen to first part. From the Holy Gospel according to John. There was a Jewish festival and Jesus went up to Jerusalem. Now at the sheep pool in Jerusalem there was a building called Bethesda in Hebrew, consisting of five porticos. And under this were crowds of sick people, blind, lame, paralyzed. One man there had an illness which had lasted 38 years. And when Jesus saw him lying there and knew he had been in this condition for a long time, he said, "Do you want to be well again?" "Sir," replied the sick man, "I have no one to put me into the pool when the water is disturbed. And while I am still on the way, someone else gets there before me." Jesus said, "Get up, pick up your sleeping mat and walk." The man was cured at once, and he picked up his mat and walked away. Now that day happened to be the Sabbath. So the Jews said to the man who had been cured, "It is the Sabbath. You are not allowed to carry your sleeping mat." He replied, "But the man who cured me told me, 'Pick up your mat and walk.'" The answer, "Who is the man who said to you, 'Pick up your mat and walk'?" The man had no idea who it was, since Jesus had disappeared into the crowds that filled the place. After a while, Jesus met him in the temple and said, "Now you are well again. Be sure not to sin anymore, or something worse may happen to you." The man went back and told to Jews that it was Jesus who had cured him. It was because he did things like this on the Sabbath, that the Jews began to persecute Jesus. The Gospel of the Lord. Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ. Gospel of John, as always, very rich, and there is everything very, very important. We are on this journey of Lent towards Easter, and here we see that the tension appear, that the Jewish authorities, and they started to persecute Jesus. He said that that the different events, one was the one what we just heard, curing on Sabbath day, but there are some events similar like that, caused the authority, to persecute Jesus. They didn't like Jesus. He was coming as the one with authority, as the one who has power, the one who is teaching. So here we see this element as we are in Lent. Then we have many other things, very beautiful, and as we yesterday said, that faith, when we encounter with Jesus Christ, encounter the true one, not our imaginary or just on kind of religious, ritualistic, meeting, but some really meeting, with Jesus Christ, which can happen in the church, in the building, can happen when we are home, maybe reading the scriptures, moment of silence with the different prayers. But the meeting with Jesus Christ will put us in movement, that we will trust and we start walking. And the same element appear here. I mean, many times it is said since the very beginning, the meeting of Abraham with the Lord, when God entered in the life of Abraham, he said, leave your land, go to the land I will show you. And he started walking. We know about Virgin Mary, when she had the meeting with the Lord, the first thing she's doing, she's going through mountains, through hills, through her cousin, and many other elements. When they are walking, they start going, movement. The meeting with God always put us in movement. Here as well, interesting that he met this. Jesus Christ, after curing, disappeared. So this man is going, to the temple. It's very interesting to see that this man is going to the temple. He's going to the temple because the curing happened somewhere else. But then he's called to, you're well again. Be sure not to sin anymore. It's underlined that what makes us sick, truly sick, it is sin. When we sin, when we are really against God or against our brothers or against ourselves, that make us paralyzed, that make us alone. So it is said, don't sin anymore, because something worse may happen to you. So many small elements, different ideas in the gospel. But here I would like to point out something amazing. We have, if we see that there is missing verse 4 in this reading, we have verses from 1 to 3 and then from 5 to 16. There is some Asian manuscripts add the fourth verse. Mostly it is not in the main text. If we have our Bibles, most probably we'll find this little verse in the footnotes. It is speaking about this man who is waiting for the water to move, and for the intervals the angel of the Lord came down into the pool, and the water was disturbed, and the first person to enter the water after this disturbance was cured of any ailments from which he was suffering. So it is an additional verse which speaks that there is a moment when the angel comes and will touch the water, and when the water is disturbed, the first person who enters will be cured. For this reason, these people who were blind, lame, paralyzed are there around that place and observing the water, hoping that they will be able to enter. So when Jesus Christ is asking this man, do you want to be well again? Kind of funny question. Because we could expect that, of course I want. But this man, it is not answering yes. He's not saying that he wants to be cured. He is kind of having his excuse. I have no one to put me into the pool when the water is disturbed. And while I'm still on the way, someone else gets there before me. So he have excuse. He's not only that he's paralyzed in his body, that this sickness since it lasts so long, really touch his inner being, his heart. His kind of saying this attitude that the life will never change. It will be always the same. And it seems that in his head that is already like that. That's nothing changed. I have no one. I mean, besides the fact that, I mean, of course, this sickness most probably made this man, to feel the loneliness in his life. But the Lord is calling us to faith, faith that will be really a new reality, reality beyond what we know. And to really say, yes, Lord, I want. It's true, maybe all around me is saying that my life will never change, that I will be always the same, that this problem will be always the same, that the other person will never change, that ... But the Lord doesn't want you to solve the problem. The Lord is asking, do you want? Do you want to be cured? Yes, Lord. And let the Lord work in us. To let Him work in us. So it is very powerful. We have to see as well that this man, 38 years waiting for that moment. Seems a lot. Maybe you are tired of waiting. Maybe, yes, maybe we are losing patience many times, looking at the reality of our life. And the gospel comes to tell us courage. The Lord is coming. And He will ask you the question. So hopefully we'll be ready to say, yes, I want. Because He wants you to be well again. He wants that we convert, that we put sin behind us, that when we fall, we will stand up. Because the sin paralyzes us. The sin makes us unable to walk, to move towards the other person. So hopefully the Lord will come, enabling us to go, to reconcile, to go and serve, to go, to move. Not to be, to settle down and to kind of seeking my own kind of comfort zone and nobody bothered me. No, move. And maybe you'll be criticized, like this man by the Jewish authority. Why you do that? Why you do that? Why you walk? You're not allowed to walk. You're not allowed to move. Because the law, because of the regulation, because of the whatever. But to have meeting with Jesus Christ, with the one who loves you, with the one who never abandoned you. Maybe it seems that we are alone at times in our life with our problems. Jesus Christ is next to you. He loves you. So hopefully we can enter in this day, really going against, with faith, against all these thoughts which comes to us to put the wall and to put us down and to discourage us, and saying that's the end, that's the life. No, life is much more. Life has much more to offer when we are with the Lord. So have courage. Another day today, the new day of life. Let be the day with the Lord. Have a great day. God bless you.